Welcome to Next Chapter Strong. From deadlifts to date nights and everything in between.
We're just a midlife couple sharing what's working for us.
In strength, marriage, and showing up for this exciting next chapter in life. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us on the Next Chapter Strong podcast. I'm here with my beautiful wife, better half, Angela Harper. And we... So don't give me that look.
Why did you call me Angela? Am I in trouble?
Probably. We're here to talk to you today about our first week in the empty nest. And we're excited to have you here. It's been an emotional week. You can tell I'm calling my wife Angela, which I haven't done in probably 25 years. But here we are, enjoying that first week, navigating that first week. It's been an emotional roller coaster. It's something I definitely wasn't prepared for, and you most definitely were, or at least you were a lot more prepared than I was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I was more prepared than you for sure. I think simply because as a mom, along with all my other mamas out there, we've been talking and crying about this probably for half of their senior year, honestly. But I just think putting everything in perspective for us personally, and I've said this before, nothing is harder than watching your 18-year-old go off to boot camp. Like nothing's harder than that. So I just kind of put everything in perspective, right? It's like, yeah, of course it's hard, sending him off. Nick, though, he's 2.5 hours away, right? He's up in Flagstaff. So, a lot of my friends are dropping their kids off in South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska. Sure, that would be a lot harder for me. Absolutely. And
I think that you had done a better job of just kind of seeing this. Like 6 months out, I think you were already preparing, like you said, you and the other moms, even like the football moms, right? It's so emotional for you guys at the last team dinner. And
yeah, everything was this is the last.
This is the last. We're going to do the last. And there's tears everywhere. And all the dads are kind of looking around like, okay, what's next, right? And I wasn't emotional at all during that time.
No, you weren't.
And even up until, the day he's leaving, I'm still thinking, okay, you got to make sure all his stuff is packed. I got to make sure he gets his last couple training sessions in. Does he have everything he needs to go, up to school? Are we packed and ready to go?
Yeah.
And so I didn't even start processing this stuff until, I don't know, when we left.
The way home?
Yeah. Pretty much. Like, it hit me.
Well, no, that's not true. Because, as Nick's saying, for me, I did get emotional when he was saying goodbye to Bruce. That's our...
Yeah, okay. I take that
Bruce
back.
is our 13-year-old pit bull lab mix. And Nick knows, like, every day could be the last, right? So every time we leave Bruce, it's like, bye, Bruce. And that was emotional for sure for me, seeing him say goodbye to his best friend.
I'm glad you said that, because actually that is when it hit me too.
Yeah.
He spent probably 15 minutes, huddled over the dog. He had little Vidi, the cat, come up. And that started to hit me.
Yeah. And
I remember we went outside and, we're taking pictures with him. And I just went up and hugged him. I broke down. I started crying. I just said, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. That is when that first release hit, right? And then I was okay, driving up there. We get up there. We get him moved in. He's a young man, so moving in was about 4 minutes, right?
I know. I think of all my friends with daughters. I'm like, it was so simple with him. Nick, do you want? Nope. Okay. Can I put a plant? Nope. Lights? Nope.
Like the hardest part was figuring out the height of his bunk bed. That was literally the big thing.
Pretty easy.
And it was easy to move in, right? And then, we go and we help get his room set up. We buy him, some food, get him set to go. And it's funny because we're just teaching him how to buy food at the supermarket. Not like that he doesn't know how, but this is what you're going to be doing. This is your thing you'll be doing on a weekly basis on your own now. And I think I was still okay then. And then, we went back to the hotel that night. And again, I was fine.
Should we tell them that it was our 23rd wedding anniversary and we go into the hotel and there's 2 queen-size beds?
There was. I think we were both kind of excited.
Sweet. We get our own bed.
All this own space over here.
Yeah.
And also another reminder, don't get married around a big holiday.
Oh, yeah.
It sounded good.
Good advice.
23 years ago, but July 5th is not a great day to celebrate your anniversary.
It's not.
But we survived. And then the next day, we go back. We have breakfast with him, take out to breakfast, which was great. And then it comes that time when you got to leave, right? And it's like, man, this is really happening. And I think like all big moments in life, there's usually not a lead up. It just happens, right? It's not like there's this gradual separation. It's just boom. Okay. Love you. Huge hug, right? Do great things.
Yeah.
We'll see you at the first game. And man, leaving that campus, and I remember my mom and dad going through this. My dad said, and my mom is not a big drinker by any means, but it took a daiquiri and 3 glasses of wine to get her out of Spokane when they dropped me off at school. Yeah. Because it's that.
Yeah. And again, they took you out of state. You're their firstborn. I think it's a little bit different circumstance for sure. Yeah.
It is. But I think even if they go to school half an hour away, you're still going to, I think, experience that separation of, this was an individual. This is my own flesh and blood that has lived with me for the past 18 years.
Yeah.
The most I've ever been away from him at any given time was maybe a week when he went to football camp, or if I traveled for work for a few days.
But here's what I think for you, the hardest part, and this is what I realized on the way home, is you've spent literally practically every day for the past 10 years training him and his friends and his brother and his friends. And so it's a big loss for you, to not have that in your life. It's a big loss.
It was, yes.
Yeah. Where for me, I'm kind of thinking of, maybe a little bit more of the selfish side. Like I've made him breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day for the past 18 years, right? Both boys. So for me, it's like, dang, my life just got a little bit easier. Like I have a little bit more time. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. And your perspective helped me a lot because even, on the way home, I'm kind of breaking down in various stages.
Yeah.
And then we get home, and as we're turning into home, I tell you, I'm like, man, I'm scared. Right. I'm scared to go down that hallway, where his room is because, he's not there. Neither of them are there. Right.
Don't make me cry.
I know. They're still with us in heart. They always will be. They're our boys. They're always going to be our boys. This is just the next stage of life. This is natural. This is normal. But everybody processes it differently. And you and I had a really good discussion that night. And what I love that you did is you helped me reframe my focus. And we'll get into some of the ways that I deal with stress or don't deal with stress well at all in a different episode and some of the things I've been through. But you were able to make me see a completely different perspective in that, and I knew this, I just wasn't focused on it. He's doing what he wants to do, what he loves to do. He's getting this opportunity. And I knew that, but I just kept thinking, man, I'm going to miss him so much.
Yeah.
Right. And I felt the same way with Rye too. Yeah. I remember when we left the airport, man, I'm going to miss him so much. For a lot of the reasons you said, I'm just used to spending 2-3 hours a day with these guys, right? With our boys and their friends in the gym, teaching them to be men.
Said, it's a loss.
It was. And that was a big hole.
Yeah.
But you helped me reframe that and think of it from a different perspective. And I've been doing really well since then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been great. He's been calling frequently. And
thank God for FaceTime.
I swear. And you know me, I'm not a smartphone fan. They're as good as they are evil.
Yeah.
But in this case, being able to see people's faces.
Well, and I think too, like, a few of his friends are going on missions. And I just think of that, like 2 years without seeing your son, that would kill me.
Yeah.
Right. So I put it in perspective, military missions. He's 2.5 hours away following a dream to become, right, to play Division I football. Like, I'm just so proud of him. I'm so happy for him. And two, I think an important, thing to remember is that we were diligent about creating independent boys, right? Like that kid's been cooking for himself since he was 12 years old.
I don't know, maybe even sooner.
Yeah. I mean, he can cook, he can shop, he can DoorDash, he can Instacart, he can fly on airplanes by himself. And that was something that we chose as parents to make sure our kids grew up to be independent, right? Yes. And so I think that played into it too. Like, here he is, he's fine. I did have to teach him to clean a toilet, right? I'm not going to lie.
You got those...
I got dude bombs, and I'm like, just throw one of these puppies in. Please, I remember my brother's bathroom in college. Do not let it get disgusting. Thank God his roommate is very, very clean.
I think our bathroom started talking at the end. Like, there's a lot of living stuff in there. Just
stuff like that, I think really helped for sure. But the first night, we're sitting on the couch, you and I. It's the quiet. It's just so quiet.
Yes.
And you're like, is our older son really married? And is our younger son really like in college, like this is it. Like
Yeah.
it's me and you. Now what?
That happened fast, which of course everybody says it's going to happen fast. And of course, when you're in the middle of it, you don't think that. You're just like, oh, that's a cliche. We're like, yeah, of course it does. But man, you really, when you have that time to reflect, when it's dead quiet in your house and it's just the two of you, you really have that time to reflect on, that was so fast. I can't even believe it. Like, I really can't. You know, I don't know that you had the saying when they were younger. Well, yes, it's and raising kids, it's hard, right? I'm not going to make it seem like it's easy. I loved it. The greatest thing I've ever done in life, right, is being a parent.
Right.
I loved it, but it's not without its challenges. And you used to say, you know, the days are long, but the years are short. And oh my God, I mean, that's again, I know it's a cliche, but it's so true.
Yeah.
Because you look back and, you know, we were watching videos the other day, you know, of when they were younger. And I just think, man, that could have been last week.
Yeah.
If you would have said that was last month, I would have said,
That's
yeah, you're
the
right.
hard part for me. It's not so much the empty nest. It's the saying goodbye to childhood, right? To our babies. Like everything we've put into them and just, it's been our life for the past 20 years. Mm-hmm. So that is the change. And I'm just so blessed to have so many friends going through it too. Not you and I talked about that. We don't have a lot of friends who this is their baby. Like this is it, you know, like we have like a couple, three or four maybe. Yeah.
And they've been great. They've been reaching out and, you know, I think helping us through, you know, just some of the emotional stuff. But I mean, I look at it now and, oh, well, it's a whole week later, but it's a week and I've had a lot of time to digest this. And I'm just proud of them, both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, it's amazing. This is what's supposed to happen in life. You're supposed to invest heavily in your kids with love and support and everything they need, with the end goal being they go off on their own and do great things.
And that's what I told my girlfriend, Jen, who her old Austin, next best friend, is heading off to college too. I'm getting emotional now. And, you know, I told her, like, this is what's supposed to happen. Like, what's the alternative, right? He's sitting in your basement playing video games and drinking beer when he's 40, right? Like, this is what our kids are supposed to do. This is what we have worked for. This is what they have worked for. And they're just such good kids. And it doesn't have to be college. It could be going out and doing a trade. Anything. It could be, anything. Just
taking that next step of independence on their own. You're right. It doesn't have to be college. No. It could be working. It can be going to, you don't even have to be going to a 4-year school, going to community college, learning a trade, you know, doing a full-time job, whatever it is.
I mean, our friends in California, their kids might not ever be moving out of their house just because they can't afford to. But
expensive.
Yeah, we'll get into that in another episode too. But yeah, so I just think, you know, for you and I'm excited. It's a new beginning. You know, we were sitting having dinner at 4:30 in a restaurant the other night, and we're like, is this really us? We're us and all the blue hairs, we called them.
I didn't even realize it until we walked in. Well, we were going to see a movie.
Yeah.
New Superman movie.
Yeah.
Don't even bother.
People might like it. Don't say that.
It was horrible.
Let people be their own judge. Okay.
I'm just giving my opinion.
Your opinion.
It was horrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
Piece of crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, going to dinner at 4:30 was hilarious.
We're like, is this us now? It's 4:30.
I don't even know why I don't know why we went to the movie that early, but we just did. That's just how it was, right? We had. I was done working for the day, and you know, you'd finished all your stuff. It's like, okay, let's do dinner and a movie.
So I think we're just trying to find our new norm, right? Like and I'm opposite of you, where I just want to do all the things. I want to play pickleball. I want to go find places to watch the sunset. I want to go to happy hour at as many restaurants as we can. I want to go. And you're just like, let me breathe for a minute.
It's just, I need a little time to settle.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know, but think about, even when we did do that a couple nights this week, like we found I know it's not called Johnny Manziel Park.
Carter Manziel Park.
Carter Manziel Park. I call it Johnny Manziel.
Like literally 2 miles from our house, and we'd never been to it.
Never been there. I mean, you can fish there.
Yeah.
There's a stocked reservoir. It's
amazing.
Beautiful. And we're there at the sunset, and it was peaceful, and we're walking around.
Though, that like we never had time to really explore Queen Creek, our new town that we've been in for 3 years now, because we were so caught up in the hustle and bustle of raising kids and sports and school and work.
As you should be.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
I mean, you shouldn't have a lot of free time.
But now it's like, we can breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And grocery shopping's a lot different.
Yes. That may be one of the biggest changes.
Yeah.
Although I'm a little scared.
I know, because I'm like, can't you just have cereal for dinner, honey? Do I really have to cook?
No. Not doing cereal again.
But raising two boys that eat you out of house and home.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty awesome. So speaking of eating and independent and, sending them out on their own successfully, that picture that Nick sent us of one of the meals that he cooked.
Yeah.
Remember that? I mean, he's got a New York steak.
Yeah.
He's got two
garlic bread, vegetables, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. I'm like, dude, I wasn't cooking like that when I was 18.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
That was
You're
a
eating top
masterpiece.
ramen.
Yeah. Well,
And I didn't have that college experience. I went to junior college, and then, I made the huge mistake of going to a 4-year college with a boyfriend at the time, and my college experience wasn't great. So I'm excited to kind of just live through him and see his college experience.
Absolutely. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, even not just because he's playing football. Yes, that's super exciting, and I'm totally excited about that. But I'm just excited to see him grow as an individual. Yeah. You know what I mean? See the man he continues to become.
Like literally grow, because the kid is 200 and what does he weigh?
He was 259.8.
And they want him to put on how much?
I mean, I think ultimately they like him around 275.
Yeah, so he has to put on weight.
He will.
Eat. Yeah.
And they got plenty of resources up there for that.
Yeah.
So he'll be all right.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. So that was kind of a summary of the first week.
So now we can officially say we're empty nesters.
We're empty nesters.
Right?
We are.
Okay.
I know that you wanted to go nude skydiving, but we're going to put that on hold for a little while. I'm not quite ready for that. And you wanted to go bungee jumping again. So some of this stuff we'll do, but maybe a little bit further down.
But we're super excited to keep talking. We've got a lot of topics we want to touch on, and we just thank everybody for tuning in. And we're excited to see where this goes and to kind of see what the next chapter, Stronger Together, from deadlifts to date nights, means for us and for those listening. So thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to Next Chapter Strong.
If this hit home, please share it, leave a quick review, and follow us on Instagram at nextchapterstrong.
And most importantly, keep showing up strong for what matters most in your life.